right, chat. Let's watch this video. Destiny 3 rumors just got very interesting.
If what I'm about to tell you is true, Destiny 3 might already be further along than Bungie wants us to believe. And the name attached to it, Luke Smith. Over the last couple of weeks, some quiet details have started lining up. It's not an announcement, it's not the roadmap we've been waiting for, but this could totally shake things up involving the franchise. Next to this Destiny 3 information, we'll also look at some Destiny 2 news. What's up with the Iron Banner? Items from a new event have been leaked in the game files, and this is your first look. We'll talk about that towards the end, so definitely stay tuned. So our first topic starts with Destiny 3. Now, if you aren't following the latest news, I guess, Destiny 3 was said to have begun very early development at the end of last year, possibly around November. At that point, it would have been in early talks. Maybe some concept art, the sort of idea phase.
Whoa! How the fuck we know any of this? Hold up. Was anything confirmed? I thought it was just a rumor.
Talking about the game, what it would be about, and what would be the plan to execute it. In the last week or two, we've got some more possible Destiny 3 information. Listen to this.
Sorry, man, I don't agree at all. Marathon doing well not only means...
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no.
It's two different teams. Could some of those developers on Marathon do well on Destiny? Would we love to have them back on Destiny? Yes. But what if I told you some of the lead designers that do work on Marathon have already transitioned back to Destiny? And I'm talking top of the food chain people, okay? Because their work is done. Marathon is coming out. You see what I'm saying? It's going to have a runway of content, but that stuff is done, and it will have its own, like, I guess their own live team that will continue development. That makes logical sense. That makes logical sense. Coke, brother, what the fuck are you smoking? You guys don't know what you don't know, okay? And that's completely understandable, because how would you know? But to say that I don't fucking know, when I've literally sat down with the individuals. Whoa, the ego on this fucking guy. Holy shit. We don't give a fuck what you know, man. Fucking say it or don't say it. And we're working on Marathon that have moved back to Destiny and had discussions with them. That, you know where I'm coming from? Why would I just be pulling this shit out of my fucking ass? Top of the food chain that stole art assets, that caliber of talent? No, I gotta say, man, I was getting baited so hard this day, and it was working so well. I mean, man, I was getting, these are like not even pay to win, brother. These are fucking free to play. And I'm getting baited so goddamn hard right here. In retrospect, it makes, you know, it's clear to me. You know, it makes sense. It's clear. I'm seeing it for what it is. But in the moment, man, we were getting baited pretty hard there. I'm not gonna lie. Art assets, that caliber of talent? No, I'm talking about one of the lead designers for Vault of Glass. Actually, the lead. When you see somebody like him back on Destiny, oh, Lord have mercy. So when I said that, how in the fuck did we get to the conclusion that Luke Smith is back? Do you think Luke Smith made Vault of Glass by himself? Do you think they just locked him in a cubicle and they're like, don't come out till you make a fucking raid for us? Secondly, was Luke Smith ever working on Marathon? No! I specifically said a developer that was one of the leads for Vault of Glass who was also working on Marathon. Luke Smith is not at the studio, guys. I mean, I don't know where Luke is. I don't talk to Luke. The man doesn't really put anything out online, which is wise. But Luke didn't work on Marathon. He's only worked on Destiny. Ah, man. This is what happens. The Destiny community is so fucking hungry. So hungry, man. And there's nothing there. You guys desperately want someone to say Destiny 3 is real. And I can lie to you. I can look at you and tell you right now, D3 is real, baby. Don't worry about it.
You are a bald-faced liar.
But somewhere deep inside, I have a soul.
You sure about that?
That I care about in the afterlife. And I can't lie about that kind of shit. It won't sit well on my conscience because neither you nor I have a confirmation on a D3 being in any form of existence. Not even a concept. That shit hasn't even been confirmed yet. It's rumors on rumors right now. I said a Marathon developer who is a lead for Vault of Glass and one of the great minds behind it is back on Destiny. Now, I'm not going to necessarily name drop because I don't know if I have a right to name drop, but it's not Luke Smith. You said the lead? Yeah, the lead. Look, I'm not saying that Luke Smith didn't play a big role in Vault of Glass. But there's obviously a veteran there amongst them coming from the Halo days, who some of you will probably know who I'm talking about, who is one of the great minds behind Vault of Glass. And this should tell you something, because if someone like him was also working on content for Marathon, and now he happens to be working on potential content for Destiny, do you see where I'm coming from? Is it the guy with the cars? I swear, man, most people, the Destiny community, we feel like the only people that exist at Bungie are Joe, who lost against an Overload champion. No offense, Joe. Pete Parsons and all his cars, and Luke Smith for sunsetting. Like, I'm telling you, like, that's like, there's more people at Bungie.
Now, I was actually watching Cross's stream when he said this. I had it pulled up on the side while I was doing my work here, and I thought it was very interesting. The lead designer on the Vault of Glass was none other than Luke Smith. Now, there were others clearly who worked on the project, Destiny 1 and the Vault of Glass, but Luke Smith was the person. Now, what was said in that clip was pretty vague. It could be anything, but it's always fun to speculate, especially if...
Look, I don't want to take anything away from Luke Smith. Luke did a lot for Destiny, and nothing would make me happier than to see Luke back working on Destiny content. But that is not who I was referring to. I was really referring to the guy who was essentially overseeing the nuts and bolts of the project, if you will, or in that case, Vault of Glass. How this got even pulled to a D3, I don't even know, man. I feel like us as a Destiny community right now, we want something so bad, and we have no roadmap. We haven't seen Iron Banner since last year. We don't even have news on Shadow and Order and its most likely delay. And I think everybody's really, really looking for some form of hope. And fellas, I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you. The best I got is Marathon launches March the 5th. And I hope that's going to be a good enough game to keep us entertained between then and whenever Destiny stuff starts rolling again. Because I have no idea. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe Bungie drops a roadmap this coming week. Now, here's the crazy thing. I'm saying all this right now, and y'all are going to literally watch this video, and you're going to walk away from this going, yeah, Luke Smith is back. Cross confirmed it. Man, Bungie, we're hungry. Like, this community is hungry, dude. Look, man, I would be so happy to see, because when Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy would be in the Vidocs and the trailers, dude, I got excited. I would love nothing more than to see Luke and Mark back. Hell, I would love nothing more than to see Joe back. And so I will say this. For me, I will know a D3 is real when I see those individuals suddenly make a return to Bungie. That right there is going to tell me it's real. And so far, we haven't seen anything. Some of you believe that Marathon is actually D3. Bungie's going to come out and be like, surprise, we lied. This is not Marathon. It's been D3 the entire time. It ain't happening, fellas. It ain't happening. I don't think Evase is wrong for making this video. And I will say that I completely understand the confusion here, but I was not talking about Luke Smith. And I thought that me saying that a developer who was working on Marathon has made a return to Destiny was clear enough, or at least clear enough to not point to Luke Smith. But it is what it is. But again, I think that the tells are going to be Bungie going on a hiring spree. When you see key figures making a return to Bungie and you see big hirings occur, that to me is that's going to be the, oh, all right, they working on something. Potentially a D3. All right, give me. I'm not going to watch the rest of this video because I think some of this video also pertains to some roadmap stuff or potential roadmap stuff. I just wanted to just say, guys, it's not Luke Smith, and it's someone who was, I guess it's more my opinion here, but I think it's the mind pretty much behind Vault of Glass. He's worked on Marathon, so you can imagine why you got to ask yourself, like, why would this guy's skill sets be needed for Marathon? So you can kind of extrapolate from that, like what potentially could be present in Marathon, and that he's making a return here to Destiny. So I think that's exciting stuff. So that's all I can really share on that. And no, I don't have anything on a D3. I fucking wish. I've told you this, guys. If I see anything about a D3, I will get naked in the middle of Bungie Studios. I will spray paint D3 on my body, and I would run out of that building, and Les would live stream it. I would make sure the world and you would fucking know, okay? But I got nothing, fellas. I got nothing. And I know you want something, but we can't just make up shit for no reason. You see where I'm coming from? We're at a point right now where we are willing to make shit up to give ourselves hope.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.